Welcome back to Words Matter, friends. We are in the final episode of our four-part series on focus. Now, over the last few weeks, we've explored what it means to shift our focus, to detach from outcomes and attach to progress, to direct our energy toward what truly matters, and to reframe failure as feedback. Now, this episode, we're bringing it all together with one important mindset shift: how happiness and joy differ, and how we can truly live a joy-filled life. So today's quote is often attributed to poet Alfred D. Souza, but is widely embraced as a guiding truth. Happiness is a journey, not a destination. Now, at first glance, it might sound simple, right? But when you really sit with that quote, it has the power to completely change the way you experience life. Because here's the truth: happiness isn't something you arrive at once you reach a certain goal or achieve a certain milestone or check the next thing off your list. And yet, that's exactly how so many of us treat it. We think, I'll be happy when I lose the weight. I'll be happy when I get the promotion. I'll be happy when I find the perfect relationship. But what happens when we get there? The happiness is fleeting. Suddenly there's another milestone, another goal, another thing to chase. And it becomes this never-ending cycle of almost feeling fulfilled, but never quite enough. And that's where the distinction between happiness and joy changes everything. See, happiness is circumstantial. It's based on external events, when things go well, when life is smooth, when everything falls into place. But because life is very unpredictable, happiness can be very fragile. If we tie our happiness to perfect conditions, it will always feel temporary, conditional, and completely out of our control. But joy? Now, joy is internal. It's unshakable, and it's always available. See, joy isn't dependent on circumstances. It's a mindset. It's a way of seeing and experiencing the world. It's a deep sense of fulfillment that comes from embracing the entire journey, from finding meaning even in the hard moments, and from choosing to be present instead of waiting for some distant future to bring contentment. And here's where most people get stuck. They think that joy is only possible when things are easy. But life isn't easy, is it? It's messy, it's unpredictable, and it's full of storms. Now think about the stormiest day you've ever seen. Dark clouds, heavy rain, the whole sky covered. In that moment, it feels like the sun is completely gone, right? But guess what? The sun never left. In fact, it's still shining. It's just behind the clouds. If you look for it, it's there. And so is joy. No matter what storm you're going through, no matter how overwhelming life feels, joy hasn't disappeared. It's just behind those clouds. And here's the shift. Instead of waiting for the storm to pass, what if you learned how to part the clouds yourself? Because life isn't about choosing either happiness or hardship. It's about holding on to both. You don't have to wait for life to be perfect before you allow yourself to fully embrace joy. Friends, it's not either or, it's and. You can be grieving a loss and still find comfort in the laughter of a friend. You can be facing uncertainty and still feel gratitude for the stability you do have. You can struggle with self-doubt and still take bold action towards your goals. You can feel overwhelmed and still enjoy a quiet moment of peace. You can be healing from something painful and still experience deep joy in the process. Life isn't about one extreme or the other. It's not about waiting for the hard times to pass before you allow yourself to experience joy. It's about realizing that both can exist at the same time, that joy isn't a replacement for struggle, but a companion to it. And the more you practice shifting your focus, the more your brain wires itself to find that joy, even in the middle of a storm. And this is why gratitude is such a huge game changer. We talked about it in episode 2 of this series: where focus goes, energy flows. When we intentionally focus on what's good, even in the hard moments, we train our minds to seek out joy naturally. But let's take it a step further, because joy isn't just about gratitude, it's also about redefining success. We touched on this back in episode 1, how progress matters more than the outcome. But let's take that a step further, because that's just not about focusing on the process instead of the destination. It's actually about finding joy in the process itself. So often we get caught up in the mindset that success is just reaching that summit, achieving that goal, or finally crossing that finish line. But what if success wasn't about the destination at all? What if it was about who you are becoming along the way? Think about it. Have you ever been so focused on a finish line that you completely missed out on the experience of getting there? Maybe you've trained for a race and instead of celebrating every run, you only cared about the final result when you crossed that finish line. Maybe you've built a business, but instead of appreciating every single milestone, the ups and the downs of it all, you were so fixated on that next level that you forgot how to acknowledge the fact that you've come so far. With a destination mindset, every time you get there, chances are you think to yourself, this can't be it. This can't be all. This is what happens when we chase happiness as a destination instead of cultivating joy as a way of being. Because when we learn to experience joy in the process, in the journey, we don't have to wait until the end to feel fulfilled and content. We get to enjoy the training, not just the race. We get to celebrate the small wins, not just the big ones. We get to find meaning in the struggle, not just the success. So how do we take all of this and put it into practice? First, acknowledge those storm clouds, friends. Don't ignore the hard stuff. Recognize the struggles, give them a name, and then choose to look beyond them for that sun. And second, start looking for moments of joy on purpose, tiny everyday moments, the warmth of your coffee in the morning, a deep breath after a really long day, a text from a friend that makes you smile. The more you look, the more you'll find. Third, redefine what success means to you. Shift from focusing on the outcome to focusing on who you're becoming every step of the way. Because joy isn't just in the arriving, it's in the learning and the growing and all the moments in between. Now, over these last 4 episodes, we've explored what it truly means to focus, to shift from outcomes to progress, to direct our energy towards what matters, to reframe failure as feedback, and today, to realize that joy is found in the journey, not the destination. Because your focus, it actually shapes your direction, friends. And your direction fuels your momentum. And that momentum is what moves you forward towards what you want for yourself. Your focus can be your greatest asset, but you got to do the work. You can ask yourself this: are the things I am choosing to focus on today supporting the life I'm working to build? If the answer is yes, keep it up, keep going. But if the answer is no, get to work. You can, friends. I believe in you. But it's up to you whether you will and why you must. Friends, the words we see and read, the words we hear and the words we say to ourselves and about ourselves, what we're doing and how we're doing it, they all matter. Your words matter because you matter. Thank you so much for being a part of this amazing series on focus. I hope you learned a thing or two. I know I did. I can't wait to talk to you next week. Have a great day.